this president is unpredictable, and I think
Right.
anybody would tell you that. If they weren't, they'd be lying.
All right, joining us now is an old friend, and I'm going to call her part of the true elite of Washington media. We've got Rachel Bade. Rachel writes the Inner Circle over at Substack, so go subscribe to that now. And she's also co-host of the Huddle with Sean Spicer and Dan Turrentine, and former Playbook writer. And Rachel, can I call you a father figure, even though you're
I like it, Alex. I like it. Once upon a time, for those who don't know, Alex and I were working on a show together over at Politico, the mothership. So it was a good time. I miss you, Alex. I miss hanging out.
I miss you too, and you know what? We've gone our different ways. I'm on the West Coast, and but we're both wearing French blue on this summer day, so we've still got that together.
Color of the summer, maybe? I don't know.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, Rachel, our crowd has a few questions that you and your reporting might have answers to.
Sure.
So, I was hoping I could just sort of test some ideas that exist in the market, and you can tell me whether or not there's a source in Washington who would even back them up. Are you cool with playing this game for a second?
Yeah, let's do it. I love games.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we love a good game. Rachel and Alex back at it again. Um, okay. So we've got Trump and Iran. This story will not go away. It's exciting and it's also depressing at the same time. So Trump says that Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. I think the exact quote is they will never, never have a nuclear weapon.
Hmm.
The markets are a little skeptical over when this negotiation that JD Vance is running, whether that's going to be the case. They think very low odds that the Iranians will agree to halt nuclear enriching or will hand over uranium to the United States. So, like, is there a deal to be made without an end to nuclear enrichment? Do you think Trump will ever accept a deal without one of these two stipulations?
Well, I think when he says never, 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 you look at the details and actually, like, what they're talking about is like 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if he gets everything he wants, in terms of what he laid out, like, the reality is the administration now is not looking at a never, like, there, that's just like, that's not even in the conversation at this point. Um, so I mean, like, it's a question of can they get 10 years? Can they get 20 years? Well, do they like and do they get Iran to agree not to enrich at all, which is apparently what JD Vance was saying, like they don't want any enrichment whatsoever. Um, I mean, look, like the hardest question, like the biggest sticking points right now, that's what they're tackling in the next 2 months. So I mean, the administration is touting this as a huge win. But really this is like it was about reopening the strait, getting
Yeah.
gas prices to go down, but, like, they have not gotten those iron, like, concrete commitments from Iran that they set out to get originally. So, they have a lot of work to do, and this is why the hawks are, like, going ballistic here in Washington.
Like, I'm gonna get technical here, and like neither of us are technical, but do you think I read that MOU that Vance brought home, and I think Trump e-signed live on camera or something. Like, what a
No,
presidency
Vance
it is.
signed it, I think, and
Oh, that's
Trump
it.
signed it. I could be wrong about that, but they both signed it, so,
It was fun. Whatever it was
yeah.
like God only this presidency. But like
Thank God for
there was this.
DocuSign, Alex.
Truly, it's very helpful for small business owners, as I think we both know now.
Yes.
Um, there was a stipulation there. It was like that the United States would accept blending down the nuclear dust, and I thought, oh, that sounds a lot like maybe where this will land is that they'll just sort of dilute the coffee or something like that. And
Yeah.
but I just like I have no sense if that's something at the end of the day that Trump could swallow. But it seems like Trump can
I don't
call
think he
anything a
is.
win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he is, and I don't think originally they were,
yeah,
which shows you kind of where they've moved the goalposts on this. I mean, the reality about and again, I'm not like a nuclear scientist either, but
yeah,
my understanding is that when you dilute it, it can very easily sort of be made more potent again, that it's not
yeah.
that hard to re-enrich. Um, so just diluting it doesn't necessarily mean anything because they can do the exact opposite when your inspectors leave and you're not watching. So that's why I think a lot of people, when they originally saw that reporting that the president would be potentially okay with this, some of the Iran hawks that again, not happy about that. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's like the friction point to watch. We don't really have any clear information about it yet. Um, do you think so like JD Vance is everywhere. Like I've never seen he's like Hollywood celebrity movie tour. I don't know if he's selling books or if he's selling Iran deals. I saw him on The View, I saw him on Megyn Kelly. I was just listening to his Ross Douthat podcast. Do you think like when JD Vance, who is in charge as the vice president of this negotiations, when he speaks, like can people interpret that as the position of the administration? Or do you think that Vance, like seemingly everyone who has done work on the president's behalf, is at risk of being kind of rug pulled and, the president saying this guy's an idiot, like don't listen to a word. I've made my own deal on the side. Like, do you think that dynamic exists in this negotiation, or do you think that JD Vance is credibly telling us where the deal is?
I think any Trump administration official will tell you that there's always a chance that the president could change his mind, and ultimately he's the boss. I mean, like I've talked to folks who've worked in the administration before. This is, I mean, where Vance is where the administration is right now. He's not
Yeah.
out there freelancing, right? Like everything got sign off from the man above. But the president also watches press coverage. I mean, he is an astute observer of the media. He cares about what the headlines say. He cares about, what is Fox and Friends? How are they sort of playing this in the morning? And so I think one thing we had sort of been watching this weekend was like, does the president in any way show distance or daylight between himself and what Vance has been talking about all week? Um, I mean, we haven't seen that. And in fact, the White House has come fully behind Vance over the past few days. There have been, like I said, a lot of the hawks out there going after JD saying like, this guy's never going to be president. He's siding with the Iranians over the United States, et cetera. But they really brought out the attack dogs this weekend, and like the White House's Twitter account, like the War Room, they were all retweeting this the attack dogs hitting back at the neocons. So right now, I mean, the admin is completely with him. But again, this president is unpredictable. And I think
Right.
anybody would tell you that if they weren't, they'd be lying. So
Right. Right. But I mean, that's look for my crowd, like that's sort of valuable signal that you just like see if Trump is still calling in airstrikes for JD Vance. And like that's a pretty good indicator that he trusts him with the ball and that reporting that we read is credible. And
right.
like this is political intelligence, Rachel. This very exciting music that you're making for us. Hey guys, important reminder, this show is not financial advice. Let me restate that. This is not financial advice. The people who are coming on these shows may be trading, they may be holding positions in the markets they discuss, and they could change them or close them or sell them without ever saying so. So if you want to trade in prediction markets, come to us for information. This is not an endorsement of any trade. So be safe out there, do your own research, trade safe,